Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me for another tarot reading. For today's tarot reading, I'll be asking, how can you get better? We all have something we're working on, right? Personal growth, self-improvement, or perhaps you're feeling stuck and you can use some advice. Go ahead and pick from the 4 groups we have today. Group 1, Emerald. Group 2, Citrine. Group 3, Brecciated Jasper. And Group 4, Blue Calcite. So go ahead and pick from the group or groups that you're most drawn to, and I'll see you at each reading. Welcome, Group 1. So, how can you get better, Group 1? How can Group 1 get better, Universe? How can Group 1 get better? What are they facing and what challenges will there be? And can you give me advice on how Group 1 can get better? So this would be Group 1. Their challenge. Past, future, subconscious, and their ideal outcome. And one more card for advice. Okay, so let's see, Group 1. It looks like you are in the 5 of Pentacles right now. Your challenge, King of Swords. So you are feeling seemingly left out or abandoned somehow. You're feeling kind of a lack in yourself, a lack in your worth, or your, your finances. You're feeling, that's what you may be feeling a lack of in your finance or your resources. Your challenge is to find clarity, to find some sort of logical way out of this. Recent past, 7 of Pentacles. So recently you have planted seeds and you're waiting for them to grow. You're waiting them to become something. You are waiting for some results, basically. And you've planted, of course, these seeds to see them to reach some type of financial benefit or just improve your resources. So what's the potential future for you? Potential future out of this is, it seems like you will be at a push and pull. Again, another 2 of Pentacles. Yes, your whole situation definitely has to do particularly to your resources, your earthly type of resources, your wealth, and how you are balancing them out and how you're struggling to maintain them and a balance within yourself. And your challenge is seemingly to find some sort of logical solution to this, or some sort of clarity. You're trying to lead yourself in a very in a precise and clear way, and mainly through your mind. Subconsciously, Queen of Pentacles, subconsciously, you seem to feel you are a provider. You are patient. You are willing to put the work and effort into maintaining your kingdom, your family, your friends, your environment. You are the provider. You are patient. You are willing to do the work, slow and steady work, and disciplinary work, and not cut corners, and do it right in order to reap a lot of rewards, a lot of earthly rewards. So we are ideally you are ideally you are in strength. Ideally, you hope to become very strong. You hope to gain self-belief. I'm guessing, of course, from this fact that you recently have invested in something, put some sort of something down, and your hope, you may have put money or your resources and time and effort into some things, and you're slowly just waiting for it to become something more. But at the moment, you're feeling like you are in lack. You're feeling kind of like you are low in money, because perhaps you're just relying on what you recently worked on to grow to fruition. And it's going to lead you to, again, a struggle with a push and pull of your resources. You're going to feel not imbalanced with it. But ideally, you hope this will make you stronger. You hope this will grow some self-belief, give you some self-belief, improve your inner strength in a way. And your challenge seems to become this King of Swords too. The challenge, it seems to be, if you are this Queen, for some of you here, if you are this Queen of Pentacles, if you are subconsciously believing that you are this feminine provider, perhaps your challenge is this masculine here that might be in your way. This other person in your life, this King of Swords, that may work differently, think differently. You are Queen of Pentacles, you are Queen of Earth. They are King of Swords, they think more logically. And if anything, I see so much mainly Earth here. Your advice? The Emperor, another masculine energy. Oh boy, let's see. Your advice may be to, of course, just make your decisions, your own decisions, and follow through with them. The Emperor is all about being a leader who is stable and firm. The Emperor is number 4, under number 4, because number 4 is all about a stubborn and stable type of energy here. Is to remain steady and follow through with your decision making. Make decisions, make precise decisions, take action on them and follow them through and see them to the end, is what the Emperor is about. Is being in basically an ideal masculine energy. And again, if this is you, that's what it's about. But for some of you, maybe this is about finding a different Emperor. Because your challenge seems to be this King of Swords that's standing in your way, making you feel like you're in a lack. Maybe they're restraining your resources. Maybe they're making you feel like, yes, your money and time and resources are, not much. Maybe they're putting you down. And they're, in a way, you're just trying to climb the ladder here. You are subconsciously this Queen of Pentacles. You're going to climb this ladder get to where you want to be and gain your inner strength. What's in the way is this King of Swords. This may be perhaps overthinking. And again, for you this may not involve somebody else, this is mainly all about you. And your challenge is with all this patient, earthly, and dedication and slow energy that you have into your work, effort, and time to grow your resources and to gain wealth. What may be standing in your way seems to be just simply thinking up new ideas, clear ideas, and logical ideas, and having a clear mind and not overthinking what you're doing. Because overall, it's going to lead you to balance this imbalance here, this push and pull of your resources. And your advice is to basically just follow through with your plans and keep steadfast. The Emperor is stubborn. The Emperor does not budge, basically. The Emperor is strong because the Emperor will follow through with what they're doing even when things are not looking good, which is what you're feeling right now. You're feeling as though your resources are in lack. What you're climbing towards, what your struggle is to overcome this and ideally be stronger in the end. Keep in your advices to be this Emperor. That's all I see for you, Group 1. Stay safe, take care, and goodbye. Okay, welcome Group 2. So Group 2, how can you get better? How can you get better, Group 2? What does Group 2 need to do? What do they need to be aware of in their journey at the moment for them to get better? What is standing in their way? What challenges do they face? And what advice is there for Group 2? How can Group 2 get better? This would be Group 2. This is their challenge. Okay. Recent past. Possible future. Subconscious. And the ideal outcome they have in their mind. And let's see, advice please. Okay. All right, let's see where you're at, Group 2. What represents you right now? You are represented by the 5 of Cups. Looks like another 5. Perhaps a lot of us are at a turning point in our efforts to get better. And your challenge? The Hanged Man. So right now, it seems like a reverse 5 of Cups. We may be referring to you are in feelings of regret. Or perhaps you're getting out of these feelings of regret. There's feelings of regret here for Group 2, it seems. You're in regret or, there's some disappointments that you may be having trouble getting over. Let's see the recent past. 3 of Wands, or 3 of Needles in this deck. It looks like you had plans to travel or plans to expand, basically. You may have been working with others in expanding this point, and it got Maybe it didn't work out. Perhaps it got messy, it got confusing, or yeah, you had plans to expand, to move beyond and travel, but you may have had to draw back and pause on those plans. And right now you're feeling regret. And your challenge is to get out of this state of immobile. Yeah, like the hangman could be all about being in an energy of, sometimes it has to be feeling like you have nowhere to go. You don't know how you can move forward. You don't even know how you could learn about your past. You just kind of feel stuck. You're suspended. And you're heading, possible futures, you're heading towards the Eight of Cups. So I'm seeing someone in their emotions right now. You're definitely you're deep in your emotions at the moment because, yes, you are somebody who is feeling regret or getting over the feeling of disappointment, possibly due to some circumstances not in your control. But sometimes the hangman also deals with the fact that you are stepping back and just trying to surrender yourself to the universe, to other answers that may be coming in that eventually will give you some direction. And in a way, in the future, you're going to head towards letting go, basically. You're going to learn how to move past this feeling of disappointment soon. Subconsciously, Knight of Needles or Knight of Wands. So you subconsciously are feeling motivated to move. You want to move. You feel this fire within you to move in a direction. You want to get out of this feeling of disappointment or immobileness. And what you are you're heading towards is a sense of some type of self-worth. And you're heading towards the feeling that you can get over this. There's some sort of feeling as though this has to do ideally with your the worth in yourself, your feeling within yourself that you can be independent, you can provide for yourself, you can get yourself going, that you don't need any help or anybody to get you out of this feeling. That in a way, yes, your challenge is to not stay in a state of immobile. So what is your advice? Page of Cups, look at that. So we are in a state of emotions here because your advice is to have more optimism, to be creative, to, in a way, yeah. Page of Cups is all about somebody who has a young sense of an open heart, in a way. Be optimistic, be creative, have help, basically. So for group 2, it seems straightforward that what in your recent past, whatever this idea, this fire, this intention, this plan that may have not gotten your way, that had to do with expansion, had to do with traveling, that you may have had to pull back on or cancel, it has caused you to feel disappointed in yourself, feel regret. You may have a trouble basically letting go of the fact that you can't change this past. Whatever it is has happened. You're having trouble with the idea that, what happened has happened, but you're not clear on how you can move forward yourself or let this go. And your challenge is to get over this state of suspension, this state of the fact that you are not moving forward with yourself, that you are having trouble letting go of the past or finding solutions to move forward into the future. But within, you're pretty determined. You have this confidence within yourself and this fire within yourself to yes, to find a direction and take action on it, because you are ideally trying to prove to yourself that you can do this on your own. And as a future energy, I'm seeing that, yes, you will find a way to emotionally let go of this past and move forward with yourself, because your advice is just to be optimistic, be creative, and yes, believe in yourself. And that's all I have for you, Group 2. Stay safe, take care, and goodbye. Hello, Group 3. So, Group 3, how can you get better? What is it that Group 3 is going through? What challenges do they face? And what advice can you give Group 3 about how they can get better? Universe, please make this clear. How can Group 3 get better? How can Group 3 get better? For those who chose this Brecciated Jasper, this would be Group 3. This will be Group 3's challenge. Recent past. Possible future. Subconscious. And their ideal outcome that they want. And for not last but not least, advice. What advice for Group 3? Okay, Group 3, let's see what you are presently represents you. It looks like 9 of Wands. So you are pretty tough, Group 3. You definitely have kept up your fight this whole journey. But what is your challenge? Oh, look at that. The King of Cups. So this may be an emotional challenge. So Group 3, you are resilient, you are strong, you have the willpower to keep up the fight till the end. That's you, Group 3. And because you do this, you have grown. You have learned a lot about yourself. You have learned how tough you are, how strong you are. But your challenge seems to be something emotional, King of Cups. You are dealing with some emotional challenges. Let's see what recently has happened. Well, let's see, that will be the Page of Wands. So maybe you've been discouraged recently. Maybe you withdrawn your fire, withdrawn your initiative recently. And maybe because you have withdrawn this, you withdrawn your energy, you pulled back for some reason recently. This has gotten you maybe emotionally saddened you in some way. This affected you emotionally. Let's see, possible future. Possible future is a reverse Emperor. Interesting. So this may affect the way this challenge is, which is being deep in your emotions. It may affect your ability to hold a steady foundation. What is this, Emperor? Is that the Emperor, is it? This is the Hierophant. No, this is the Emperor. I know this is the Emperor because the Emperor is number 4. But yes, this is all about, of course, number 4 again is about being stable, holding firm to your decision making, your ability to lead yourself. So this may falter you because of these emotional challenges. Despite being, of course, a person who is obviously very strong and holds a steadfast type of energy. Subconsciously, what's going on? You, Queen of Pentacles. So subconsciously, reverse Queen of Pentacles. You are feeling maybe maybe your resources are being spread thin. Maybe you are not able to put work, effort, and time into everything, and you're feeling not balanced. You are a provider, and you feel like you need to be able to tend to and care to everything in your life with your time, resources, and work, but this is probably a struggle right now, and therefore you feel imbalanced. You are really having trouble. You're just keeping the best you can right now. And what is the most ideal? Ideally, you are in your head. You may be feeling like, of course, you're trying to look towards another solution. Yeah. Well, yeah, Two of Wands. You are motivated to look forward to another direction, another point. You desire to go to another point, basically, another solution, perhaps. Take your action and take it somewhere else. But at the moment, you are stuck. You're feeling kind of stuck. There's a lot of energy of stuck here. Yeah. Anyway, what's your advice? Your advice is Death reversed. So, your advice is this is reaching an ending. This is going to reach a conclusion, basically. And this may not be, what do you call it? There's maybe a lack of closure in this. Maybe you won't be feeling good or feeling like you've done all you could. You will be questioning yourself about basically how this will be ending. Because right now, yes, I see somebody who is resilient, keeping up a good fight. You are in a number 9. That means you have taken this journey pretty close to an ending. You're close to this being an end. And how appropriate that basically your advice is this will end. You've taken whatever this situation is basically close to its ending. It's going to reach its full capacity once it's number 10. And basically, yes, you're going to your advice is to just pull it all the way towards its ending. But the challenge is you're going to be meeting some possible emotional dissatisfaction. There's going to be something about this that you're not going to be very completely happy about because yeah, right now it looks like you recently have drawn back or feel not as confident about the situation. And it may lead to the fact that you are leading this towards its end. You are the leader in this, but you're gonna feel probably aggravated. It's an aggravating situation. We're in quite a lot of fire. And the Emperor himself is represented under the sign of Aries, which is Mars, which is the god of war. And that's fire. And when he's reversed, he's frustrated. So ideally, it seems like you are trying to look for another solution or towards something else. Basically, you're ready to look towards something else, pretty much. It's just that right now you're stuck in this situation. And the reason you are is because, yeah, you're spread thin. You're not balanced in your time and resources. You're trying to provide for everything, but you cannot. But your advice is you're pretty much close to this end. It's going to reach its ending. You may be emotionally dissatisfied, but you are strong. You are the leader, and you can take it towards its end, is what I'm seeing. That's all I have for you, Group 3. Stay safe, take care, and goodbye. Welcome, Group 4. Okay, Group 4. How can you get better, Group 4? What is Group 4's situation? What are their challenges? And how can Group 4 get better? What advice do you have for Group 4, universe? Give me Group 4's story. How can they get better? What are their challenges and advice for Group 4? Okay. This is Group 4. This is their challenge. Recent past. Possible future. Subconsciously. What do you think? What's going on subconsciously? And of course, the ideal outcome that is going on in your head. So, and one more card, advice. What advice? Group 4. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, Group 4, let's see what you are represented at the moment. If I can get this flipped. It looks like 5 of Wands. Oh my goodness. Another 5. So a lot of people, how can you get better? It seems like there's a certain turning point, basically, when it gets to getting better. And everyone's at them. In order to get better, you must basically at a point of change, willing to change. So, what's your challenge? The Moon. Someone's in fear. And it does seem so because 5 of Wands is all about avoiding conflict. There may be conflict that you need to face, Group 4, in order to get better. Yes, there are, or maybe you need to avoid conflict in order to get better. But overall, your challenge seems to deal with fear and hidden information. So recent past, you may be in not using your resources correctly, or your resources aren't being distributed, your time and your work, they're not being distributed evenly. You're trying to balance out these time and resources so that you are balanced, but maybe more work and time is going into something than it should. And that's why recently, that's what happened recently, is you're not in balance. And right now you're seemingly avoiding conflict, but what may this lead to? This may lead to finding some sort of answer, some sort of clarity. You're going to realize something in the future, basically. There's a possible future where you're going to find some sort of answer. You're going to realize something. Let me see. What is subconsciously going on? You may be, let's see. This may have to do with some sort of work you're doing. Because subconsciously, it looks like you are thinking about collaborating or working with somebody else or other people, or working on a foundation, working on some sort of project. And at the moment, it's not going well, or it's not going as planned. It's not as stable, basically, as you. This expansion is basically not, this work and expanding this work is not as stable as it could be. What is your ideal? Your ideal is, again, expansion. Look at that, 3 of Wands. We got 3 of Coins, 3 of Pentacles, and 3 of Wands. You are at a point where you are trying to expand, it seems, definitely grow more. Ideally, you want to travel, you want to grow beyond where you're at, basically. You have a desire, a fire, and a determination to travel, to get beyond where you are. At the moment, well, subconsciously, you seem to have trouble working, basically, or putting in the work or effort or time correctly in order to expand, to have this foundation to grow. But you have the desire there. And what it is has to do with the fact that you may be avoiding conflict. You're maybe avoiding the issues, avoiding the actual problems that can lead you to finding the real answers. That's because your challenge is getting over this state of fear, this state of not knowing certain information, this state of, there are things that you need to uncover, that you may need to face in order to uncover them and therefore expand. But yeah, I'm seeing the fact that you recently have not been putting in, the work and effort or time in a manner where it may not be going towards this expansion. And let's see what your advice is. Oh yeah, that's cool. That seems to be very appropriate. Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. This is all about using your opportunity correctly, about you putting in the right work, being able to take your opportunity and actually put in the work towards your opportunity in order for it to become something and become the thing that you want it to become, the direction you want to go. Yeah, so, and your possible future is you're going to find the answers. It seems like your future is implying that your advice, if you actually follow this advice, or that you, in whatever way, you may find the answer eventually towards the future, in the future energy here. It's just that their advice is to you do your work correctly, slowly, and have patience. Page of Pentacles is all about using your opportunity correctly, and this potential will become something eventually in the future. It just seems like what this is implying is you are in a state of avoiding conflict. You're in a state of not withdrawn, basically, in your confidence or in your actual motivation to find the answers, the real answers, because maybe you're afraid, you don't know what to ask. And what your advice overall is to just, do the right work. You'll find the answers. That's all I have for you, group 4. Stay safe, take care, and goodbye.